Hello, 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 and thank you for making the choice to click in to chat with Trina. And we are still celebrating Women's History Month. And tonight, my very special guest is Miss Patrina Flanagan of the Zydeco community and also of Paparazzi Jewelry. Hey, y'all. This is Miss Trina with Chat with Trina. And it is Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, a little bit after 7, but you know how Miss Trina is. Uh, so I wanted to thank you guys for making the choice to click in and chat with Trina. And this is Women's Month, so I'm celebrating women all month long. It's something that we don't always do, and we got to get better at that. And my guest today is Miss Patrina Flanagan. Hey, girl.
Hi, hello, darling. Thank you so much. How's everybody doing? Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm like, okay, it's just me.
Yeah, but you know, we were supposed to do this before the pandemic.
Yes.
And I said, wow, okay, so
yes, you are correct. It was right before the pandemic. You're correct. Yeah.
Where are you from, Trina?
All right. So I'm was born here in Houston. Okay. But I grew up in my hometown is Dickinson, Texas.
Okay. So you're not from Louisiana.
I'm not from Louisiana. I went out to live in Louisiana and I know how much time we have. I went to Louisiana for about 7 years. And I did that because, and hello, everybody. Most of y'all know me, from being with J. Paul. So yeah. I did that because I was hosting, I put on his first trail ride. If you remember, in Leonville. Oh my gosh. And so it took a lot of time for me to be in Louisiana. And I met everybody out there and I fell in love with them, and all of that. And I was always out there. So I decided to move out there.
What high school did you go to?
Dickinson High School, class of 89. Hello, class of 89.
Do you have brothers or sisters?
I do. I have no sisters.
Okay.
I am the only girl and I am the oldest. No. I am the oldest. I have 4 brothers.
Wow.
Yeah, I have 4 brothers. I have 4 brothers and I'm the oldest. And so, yeah, no girls. I'm the oldest grandchild on my dad's side.
Me too.
And I'm probably about the 5th or 6th grandchild on my mom, but I'm the oldest on my dad. So my family, they know me. I always go and go, I'm the oldest. We know you're the oldest grandchild. So yes,
I don't let my aunties forget that I'm your, and I don't say oldest. I say I'm the first.
The first.
I'm the first.
That's it.
Yeah. You have a little niece.
I have 2.
You have 2. I just remember back then it was the one for a while, right?
That is correct. Everybody says that.
How old are they now?
So my niece is 15. She'll be 16 this year, the oldest one. Yeah. And then the baby is 7. She will be 8 next month, April 1st.
Is that who's selling the Girl Scout cookies?
That's who's selling the Girl Scout cookies. Used to be with me all the time. Everybody remember, she used to go to Jack's with me. She would dance, no shyness. She's turning 16 this year.
Wow. Y'all doing something special?
I'm sure her mom is really great with us. I'm sure she will.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sure she will.
Yeah. How do you feel about her growing up so fast?
I don't like it. Because she doesn't spend as much time with me. Mm-hmm. She has her own little friends. And so I went to go, she's a stepper. So at her school, she's a stepper. So I went to her step show out in Dallas last weekend. Okay. And so of course, she performed. I'm like, hey, baby, I'm kissing on her. Of course, she's looking like, I said, let me bring down the Nana, because they call me Nana. Even though Nana's grandmother in French, they still call me Nana. I said, let me bring down the Nana mode. She's a big girl. And I was like, well, good job, baby.
I'll hold it in.
I know, but I'm over there recording and stuff,
Yes. So and my kids will feel like, oh, can we not take pictures today?
Yeah. All your girls are adults, right? Mm-hmm.
I have 2. One's 26 and one is 30.
What? Oh no, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
I'm 52.
I didn't know that. And I'm 50. I made my big 50 last year.
I know. And I try to sit everybody say, welcome to the 50-50 club.
Welcome to, and we look fabulous too, baby.
Fabulous, girl. Fabulous. That's
the thing. How y'all doing? Who 50 club?
50 fine. I had it at 50 fierce and fine.
I gotta get that one. I need a shirt. 50 fierce and fine.
Yes.
I love it. I love 50 it.
And fierce. So you did attend college?
I did. I have my undergrad in psychology.
Okay.
And life coach as well. I'm a degreed life coach as well. And I have my master's in clinical mental health counseling.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of mental health there, a lot of counseling. So I plan on, and I'm going to taking my exam to be a licensed professional counselor this summer. So I'm praying.
Awesome.
I'm going to
Congratulations on those accomplishments.
Yes, I'm going to start studying. I haven't decided. I haven't knocked that doctorate. I haven't knocked it out altogether, but I'm like, I did. Know. You did.
And I told her she done sent me stuff from Sam and everything because she's on the dissertation committee at Sam, and I'm like, no.
I know. I just
the only way I think I would do it, Patrina, is if somebody give me a contract saying that will give me a job. Because with master's degree that I'm gonna get a job. My master's is in organizational management and leadership.
Okay.
And they're giving me no job. Right. That's gonna pay me the money to pay them loans back. So
that part.
Before we get into your entrepreneurship, let's talk about Zydeco a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, when did you get into Zydeco?
You said when?
When did you start?
Oh my God. So I believe now, I think we're at close to 20, if I'm not 20 years into it. And I say that because I can look at, I measure it by Raymond's son. I measure it by Paul's daughters. I measure it by, a lot of things I have like little measures on. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so Paul because I met Paul now. My mom was equal opportunity out at NASA, Johnson Space Center.
Okay.
And so she was over for Black History Month. She was over for the events for that. And so she invited a Zydeco band. It happened to be J. Paul. And that's when he was just getting started. He was actually just getting started. And she asked me to come out. And I can't lie. And I know people are like, look at that, she ain't like Zydeco. I was not a Zydeco fan. I was not. Hey,
really?
Everybody
I hear that a lot though.
Yeah, I was not a Zydeco fan. And my family, my cousin and my aunt used to try to get me to go to the trail rides to hear Bojack and all of them. And I mean, hey, they were all good, knocking it up. It just wasn't my interest at that time. And so I heard Paul and them play and I was like, oh, well, Zydeco done changed.
Exactly. That was my same thought.
It was. I said Zydeco. So Weasel Little Boy then was just like 1 or 2. So I kind of measure it by people. And so if it's not close to 20, it should be right at 20.
Right at 20.
20 years ago. But I was a fan. And if anybody got the book that Paul wrote, I had a piece in that book.
I didn't even know he wrote a book. I can't get him. I didn't know he wrote a book. That's why I'm trying to get him on the show one day.
Yeah, he did a book, and I still have mine. I think it's just maybe in a box, but I still have it. Okay. I don't have it on my shelf, but he had a book. He had a book, and it kind of talk a little bit about his background and everything. And so, and I believe Raymond has a cert inside of it. John and myself. And so mine was from fan to manager because they were like, how did you go from being I was a fan. I literally was a fan of his. I enjoyed the shows and I would go and see them and they would refer to me as NASA's daughter. They never knew my name. That went off.
I guess it's like, I'm so you wanna.
Yeah.
You did work for Rob Bob at one time though. It was Rob Bob.
Exactly. So Ron Bob was Paul's manager at that time.
Right.
And so he brought me in because he needed some help. So I was just so basically my into the business with Paul. Actually, I wasn't even into the business with Paul. I was into the business with Ronald Bob.
Gotcha.
And so Ronald Bob needed some help and some assistance. And, he's like, you good on a computer? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And so Paul was like, well, hey, so Bob was the one that brought. So I was working with him as an assistant. So when Bob left, I told Paul, I said, well, hey, I know it because I've been watching Bob. I said, I know the basics of it. If you want me to stick around, let me know. And so it started off with, well, just put out the schedule. I said, okay, put out the schedule. Can you just take the message? Sure, message. Can you ask them what they need? Can you call them back? Can you go ahead and book the? I was like, you know what?
Let me just do this job, boy.
Let me just do this job. And so that's how I went, and that's how we rocked it, and that was it.
So me,
yeah.
I get offended. I'm not gonna be honest with you. I get offended, not with just Paul, with the Zydeco community as far as I'm very good at what I do. I book bands, I do all kind of stuff, a lot of R&B. But when I try to do that same thing, okay, let me back. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Zydeco. I'm gonna use Zydeco. It's already hard for women in the industry of entertainment.
period. You know, it's a challenge sometimes, and it's gonna always be that way.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of respect though from the R&B side, R&B, Southern soul. I, you know, they always call me and say, "Hey, can you book me? Can you get me here? Can you get me there? Hey, I'm finna do a line dance video. Can you get me a place and some people to do the line dance?" I get it done. So I have a very good reputation in most areas. But Zydeco, man, I was gonna get Tino was gonna pay me some money to get the Zydeco Sunday going. Could not get one band book. And let me just tell y'all right now, with the exception of Nate, little Nate, he always called me back. He always answered the phone. So I can't say him. Let's remove him from this story.
Right.
But I couldn't get anybody to call me back. Not one person to call me back. And that, it hurt really. I just have to be honest, it was kind of hurt. It was hurtful that, why won't they call me back? And so I end up having to pretty much give that job to someone else who helped me a lot. I asked Kiki. I said, "Hey, I need to get Zydeco Sunday going because Tito wants it and I can't." And I'm talking, as soon as he started calling, Zydeco Sunday was alive. I couldn't get paid though because I wasn't doing the work. Right. You know. So I'm saying all of that to say, did you have challenges like that with the males not responding or not being as respectful to you as you thought, not returning your calls? Did you have any of that?
Well, I didn't have to. So our ends are totally different, but I'm going to speak on yours, and once I'm going to speak on yours.
Okay.
So typically what I learned, and I think it's just men in general, I won't say just Zydeco bands, but men in general.
Yeah.
They don't want to tell you, they don't want to say no. And they don't want to say why, or they don't want to give you a price that they think that you're going to, you know, be like, what? They don't want to do those things. So they're just like, we'll just be quiet. And unless you're, you know, a little bit forceful and you go out there and tap on their shoulder, we need to talk, you won't get that. And in so much, and Kiki is, he is a band member. Yeah. He's already in it. So he has more of a relationship.
Gotcha.
So that's what they're going to respond to. So I wouldn't in your case take it so much as probably personal, because you are the woman. I think it's just relationship bound. When it's a business, I have learned that if it's something that they don't want to do or something they don't even want to, because they know maybe the price is not going to be right, don't want to talk about it. Some of them just like, not going to call you. You know what that means when I don't call you. Okay. So,
and I thought.
Yeah, so I wouldn't probably take it on that level as being a female. It's going to be more of the relationship. It's going to be more, I don't want to tell her no. Yeah, you're a good person, sweet, they know you. Like, man, I don't want to tell her no, because if she come and tell me something, it's not a price I want, I'm going to feel a little guilty to say no. I don't want to feel for that price. I feel guilty to give her this big price, knowing that they probably can't pay it. So I'm just not going to answer. That's men. I just said, so now with me. So my side was, here I am managing and getting calls from you. So let's say that. So when I first stepped in, and to my knowledge, and I was talking to another Zydeco artist, I won't say his name because I don't want him to quote him, but like, hey, I never call her that. But I was speaking to another Zydeco artist, well known in the industry, and I asked him before I started acknowledging this, I said, am I the first female manager that Zydeco has had, period? And to his knowledge and to my knowledge that I am aware of. Now, anyone out there, y'all can correct me and tell me.
Disclaimer.
However, I am the first female manager of any Zydeco band. So yes, I went through extreme discrimination with it. And I say discrimination with it because yes, I'm a female, but honey, you know, and let me say this. And for those who are watching, so I know that I have this reputation. I know I am not the person that everybody adore and like. Yeah. But I can tell you this: they don't adore and like me for anything I've done to them. Right. Personally, they adore and like me because if you've done business with me and you try to BS me in any kind of way, right, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. If you have, when I worked with Paul. That my loyalty with that band was to make sure that they had everything as any entertainer would be. Right. I looked at Paul, I look at the Zydeco music as the same as I do R&B. Yeah. If you were what's the R&B? Who's somebody in R&B? I can't even think right now.
Somebody famous?
Yeah, somebody famous. Just name somebody famous.
I can't even call nobody. All these bands I know right now.
I know.
Can function.
Okay, so you can function. I'm going to treat you because you're in entertainment. So I'm not going to allow any promoter to come in and give you anything less because you're Zydeco. Right. So see, my loyalty and what I stood for my band was you're going to take care of them. They're entertainment. They should have a rider like anybody else would. So I treat it like that because you got to remember, I don't have a music background. I have a business background. So my mind was, I wasn't trying to be mean to anybody and change, you know, what they had going on. But I was like, well, no, Paul, At that time, and I'm going to say this, I said he was R. Kelly, a Zydeco. And that's how, you know, because when I was with Ronald Bob, he worked with some, I think they were trying to get, I can't think of her name, Missy Elliott one time. And Missy Elliott sent him a rider and he let me see her contract. And she had, gummy bears. That's
me, I know.
Strawberries. Give me some M&Ms. Give me this and that. And they line it up for them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why not Zydeco? It's entertainment. It's just a different genre.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's entertainment. So I was like, so I fought for my band to be treated like
with the respect like of everyone else. Yeah.
And so a lot of people didn't like that. So I came off as being the B. I came off as being, oh my gosh, she's difficult to work with. I'm difficult to work with if you're trying to run something on.
Believe it or not, now, I'm a super nice person, but I have my days. And the funny thing about being really, really nice all the time is when you do have to go to the business side or the business person, you do become the person that's hard to work with. You know, I used to give galas and, you know, I don't argue, but if I give you a task and that task ain't done, I just say, oh, no problem. And I take care of the task myself. And they don't like that either. They think that's ugly, but you can't do it. Because I can do this whole thing by myself. Let me just say I'll go back to this. You said, you mentioned that, and this is no offense to anybody. This is just Trina feeling like this. I get, and in my mind, I always thought that maybe some of the people didn't call you back because of those reasons, but this is a business. So in business, you got to call people back. And whether it's going to hurt, and then don't count my money. Don't count my pocketbook. Don't count the owner's pocketbooks that I'm calling for because you don't know what they have.
You're 100% correct.
And which is what I like about Nate. Yeah. He's never done that. If he can charge, I'm not even going to mention this new price he got. It was outrageous, but he called, hey, I can do it. This is the price. And that's it. And I respect that. That's your price. And he accepted, all right, I go back to the person. And the people I deal with, not bragging, but most of the people I deal with are people who have money. I'm not doing this for Trina. Trina don't have no money. So Trina had no money. But I work with people that got money. So anyway, I'm saying that to say in a professional, and I said this to Nate when I interviewed him, what I love about him, and even Brian, they're very professional.
Right.
I can call, Steph call me back too. Professionalism. Right. Hey, yeah, cool. This is my, or I text them. Yeah. Hey, can you call me or can we just talk by text? They will answer me back because in a business, it don't matter if you want, you got to be able to say no, period.
You are 100%.
You know what? I can't do it. Can't do it. Yes, I know I'm nice, but I ain't always nice. Yeah. But that's it. I'm not going to cry.
No, I'm glad you came back on that. No, you're 100% correct. Definitely. It was never, and trust, it was an excuse I was giving them.
Yeah.
It definitely was to let you know that part, but no, you are 100% correct. Definitely. I don't agree with it at all. I think you respond. I mean, I had to respond to everybody who reached out, whether they booked us or not booked us, whether they like what I had to say, the price I had to give them. It is what it is, or the time I got to give them, and you still do it. Yeah. So,
but I understood where you were coming from when you said make sure I'm not taking it personal, because it's not personal. It's just the professionalism, and that's the professionalism. Yes. And that's the thing to me that is, and again, no offense to Zydeco, or because there are some good professional Zydeco artists out there. And I always say Nate is always the first person that comes to my mind. But when I do an R&B band, I call, either they answer or they call me back. Hey, you good on, you got this date open? Let me look at my calendar that they always have in hand. Right. Oh, this date is open, this date. Okay, cool. What's your price? This price. Okay, let me give you a call back. I'll call so-and-so, call it back. Hey, it's a go. That's all we got going. I'm a believer in contract. Tito was not a contract person. Matter of fact, I had to sign the contracts because some people ain't perform without contract. But they know me. They should know me and my reputation. I said, Tito, they don't know you.
Oh, no, baby. No.
Known people before, they still screwed them. So
come on now. Knowing you and have nothing to do
with it. Nothing to do with this.
Let me tell you, I tell people, family, if you get in business with family, we need a contract. I don't think we got a contract for you to buy me Skittles and me to buy you M&Ms. We need a contract.
But my daughter moved out on her own, and she still don't believe I did it. When she moved out on her own, she got a job in Austin. I took her down there and, we had to buy everything like all at once because she got this job so quickly. So we had to buy furniture. I made her sign me a contract saying I gave her this money. I'm gonna need it back because she's grown. Now, mind you, it was just to teach her responsibility. Yeah. And when it was time for her to pay me back, I didn't take all the money, but I needed her to learn. She was like, Mom, I can't believe you making me sign a contract. Yes. Yeah. Because that's my money. So, and definitely we've learned, I know you've learned, because I've definitely learned the contract is.
Well, because I actually, because I mean, Paul had an existing contract. Of course, when I came in, I revised it a whole lot because as you do each show, something new came up that you need to put in a contract to tell somebody about. So you kind of created the contract along the way. And actually the one that he has, and I have to say this, and Nate gonna be like, what? Yeah, Nate, I gave you the contract too. So the one that Nate is using is one that I created as well. Okay. And I'm sure he has adjusted it and revised it over the years. I shared it with him at first because most of the bands, especially when I started and they just saw how things were going, there was several who approached and wanted me to, work along with them and everything.
And that always feels good when they know the work you've done. Like even me now, so many people are coming to me to get them booked in certain places. It just makes people notice what you're doing. And
no, you're right. Because for me, because I knew the reputation that I was hard to work with, and a lot of people, from men or women, didn't like me, don't like me to this day, to have these bands still know that. Like, we know why she like that though. Look what Paul got. Look what's going on. Look how it's in place. Look what's going on. We know what she like that because people don't want you to say they want to do what they want to do, and she's not the one to let them do what they want to do.
Right, and that's the only reason there's an issue.
Nobody can ever tell you that Trina ever talked to them. Now let me tell you, I can't say I couldn't talk to them crazy. If you talk to me crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow your energy. I'm gonna get that same energy.
I had a shirt on last night. I match energy. How we gonna act today?
I love that.
I match energy. How we act today? So
people can't accept that energy that they give. They cannot receive it, and I can't do nothing about that.
Right, but I love the fact that the bands were still asking for me to help them out, to come and do this, and to do this and that, and that felt real because there was a lot of the bands that approached, and so that made me feel good, and I was like, okay, I am doing good, and and so that
you question yourself sometimes when you have those things.
Because I don't want to be, I don't want to be, the person. Am I very direct? Like I say, I am not one to allow you to walk on me. It comes from a mom, I can't do it. I can't allow you to talk to me like I'm your child. We're all adults here. Let's talk to each other one-on-one. So you come with respect. I'm going to also receive it. I'm going to bring the respect too. But if you're knocking it down and you don't want it, then I have no, so I don't want to feel, and I never did. I didn't want to have that title and be like, oh yeah, I got that title. It's a good thing. No,
right. No. Who wants that title? Well, I mean, I guess it's a few crazies that want it, but not
the enemy.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you had me on because I want people to understand. Yeah. I am not the enemy. I have never been the enemy.
Yeah.
I'm fun with everybody. It was never on that note, but do know business is business.
It's business.
And one thing you said, I'm very professional with it. I'm going to let you, this is what we have. You don't like it, then walk away from it.
And then it's sometimes hard for people to separate the fun, outgoing person. And then when you get around the table to talk business, they take it differently. Right. I won't mention these names. Now I want to, because they ain't right for this contract that they reneged on. But first Zydeco Nu, two that have screwed me, but it's okay.
Right.
Because they're gonna lose that same money that y'all kept from me. But anyway, which my daughter is rich. She's, I'm gonna need you to get, you're not rich. You need to send me their number. I'm like, that's okay. It's because we gonna get your money. But just FYI, y'all out there, if you are watching, y'all know who you are. I'm gonna send you that 1099. Just keep that. I work in H&R Block now. They told me don't send them that 1099. But anyway, my point to that is that when they see you as the fun person, hanging out, always fun, and then when you get around that table to put that different hat on, that's also a way that you become the bitch. You become the hard to work with person. But when we get up from the table, the galas I used to give, when we're around this table, we talking business. But I promise you, when this event is over, I'm gonna take the little money we make, and we're gonna go have a good time. We're gonna go eat. We're gonna have a good time, and it's gonna be done, and we've done something good, and we've done something positive. But let's just get through the business side. We got to get that done, or so. Well, thank you for that. And that is another reason I like to have the show, to be honest with you. I like to have certain people come on so they can give their side of the story, because otherwise people don't, and you can't run around telling everybody this is this, but this gives people a platform just to say, I am Patrina. I love what I do. I love y'all.
Yeah.
But this is a business.
Yeah. And my loyalty was with the band.
Yeah,
as it should be. That's who I was working for. It was to take care of them. You know, why everybody got to be on the stage for J. Paul Jr. and Zydeco Nu Breeds?
We were supposed to talk about it.
Hey, again, here we go right now. Y'all can take it any way you like. This is Patrina. I am not being mean, but I have no people pay to come see the band. And as I know of, the only band that I know they get on stage with a lot is with Paul. I don't know that it happens with Chris or Nate or anybody else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I'm there with Paul.
They just stand in front of the band. They don't get on the stage. They just stand there. I don't
understand the whole get on the stage. Nobody is paying to see you. Nobody want to see you dance on the stage, dance on the dance floor. They want to see the band. They have paid their money to see the band. What is it to be on the stage? And you can't get on no R&B. You can't be up there with Beyonce on her stage without the security tackling you down.
Okay.
Throw you off. Stay off the stage.
And then I be thinking of men. Do y'all know what y'all look like all up in? I will never forget I was at an event. I don't know the name of this place, but anyway, we were at an event and Paul was playing, and we how we stand backstage. I literally saw this guy at the mic. Paul is singing, and he at the mic when his drink just standing there drink. I'm thinking, well, what do you play?
Why?
What are you doing?
But I don't know why. And I made this comment. It was very quiet on my page, and it's all good. I know when I make a comment, y'all see it, and I'm gonna continue to say it. I don't understand the stage. I mean, what are you on the stage for? Like, I don't get that part. Go get you a band so you can be on the stage and play.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get the excitement, but even so, I am in love with the guitar player of Confunction. That's why I say Confunction. I think he can play. It's the sexiest thing to me when he playing a guitar. But anyway, he as old as he is, but I watched the whole concert from my seat. Now, when the concert was over, yes, I walked over. I didn't get on the stage. I just politely waited over to the side to get my picture. Yeah. But I don't need to be seen. I don't need to jump up and do that. I mean, because they have a job to do. They are at work.
They are
on the stage.
They are at
so go as Medea says, sit down somewhere, sit down.
Yeah. Or so I guess for me, especially with Bass Killer. So he moves. I mean, I don't know if anybody have watched Bass Killer play. He ain't your ordinary standing in place.
No. He be getting down.
He moving, and guitar is swinging, and the minute that he end up hitting one of them across their head,
okay, they're gonna be ready to sue somebody.
And then they up there, we were up there not too long ago, and one girl went through the band. They were on break, the band was on break, but she went through and dang near knocked over Akino's keyboard.
That's another thing they don't understand.
That's another thing. You have no money to pay for any of that equipment. You're not about to offer them any money. You're not about to get it fixed. You're not about to replace it. Sit down.
And then the drinks that can waste on any of that equipment.
That equipment is expensive. It is. I mean, for any of them guys, that's an investment. You don't know what you're going to do. The microphones, when they pop Paul in his mouth, that hurts.
Now, I say one more thing about the people, the extra folks. Now, I go to clubs and I can't sit by them speakers because they way too damn loud. Now, Patrina, why do people stand on the stage right there where the speakers are? How do you do that? It's so loud in the speaker.
I know. So Daniela has a question. She said, can you discuss proper etiquette on how to, I think she's saying to meet the artist?
How to meet, she's probably saying meet the artist.
To meet the artist.
Okay.
Basically, you wait till the show is over. I mean, you actually just mentioned it. And basically, once they perform, you wait till the show is over. I know as far as Paul, if you ask him, typically when I was there, I would have an area where I would take him and I would have everybody to line up and get pictures with him. Now it's no format to it. Now, if you ask him, but I'm going to mention this. Don't get on the stage. the rest of the band are trying to disassemble, they're trying to break down, let me say break down and move their equipment so it's not knocked over on the stage. So allow Paul to either wait till he stepped down or ask him, can you step down so that I can meet you and take a picture? Paul doesn't have a problem with that. The problem is that everybody wants, they can't wait for him to get off the stage. So now they're all on the stage, the band member, the prime example, we leaving last night and bass killer is literally, he has a trolley, you know, where he's pulling a dolly, where he's pulling his speaker, his guitar, he has his bag, got the guitar on his back, and everybody, they trying to get move, just let us clear the stage. Y'all take him down. Ask him to come step down. So that's the proper way to meet it of any of the Zydeco artists. Let them know once they have finished up, let them wrap up, let them get their stuff and say, hey, are you available? As soon as you're available, can you come out here to meet me? That's it's the best and proper way to do it. It's the best and proper way to do it.
Absolutely.
And my thing is, let me say this too. Let me just throw this in here. And you guys be sure to get to also meet the other band members. You have 5 and 6 other people in the group. I know the leader of the band is the leader of the band, but he have 5 other people that make him rock.
I agree
so
with
be
that.
able to meet them and take pictures. And I mean, don't think that you can meet. Everything is proper and everything is etiquette, and you want to be able to respect everybody's thing. But definitely walk up and say, "Hey, you guys, let me get a picture with the bass player. Let me get a picture with the guitar, with the keyboard, with the drummers, and everything, and take pictures." They are there. They are pushing it. They're
working hard as well.
They're going hard,
and it would also probably give the band leader just a little break. You know, sometimes they could go get a little breather or get them some water for a minute. Because I mean, can you imagine working hard, singing all that time, sweating? Then you got to get off and just start taking pictures. Give me a moment to pat my cheeks and pat my, you know.
Right. And don't get me wrong, that is the life of an entertainer. So they are well aware, because Paul, you know, we didn't have breaks, but I did have it to where it was managed. Unfortunately, you don't, because the band's just the bands. They don't have anyone to manage them going to a certain area, getting people to line up so it can flow really smooth. So yeah, and be respectful. And
yes, it's the life of them. However, we just need to be respectful and just. Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Danielle. That was a great question.
That was a good question.
Why did you stop managing?
Career. I mean, for my degree. I was going to school. It got too hard. By the time, and I think I was just kind of burnt out on between school. Between school and that. I was a little burnt
still
out.
Working as well?
Oh yeah. Working, school, and it's so many years into it. So you have to remember, music industry wasn't what I ever thought I would be at all. And did I know, and definitely didn't think it would be Zydeco. And so when I started pursuing that, I wanted to do what I wanted to do, because with being a manager, being a booking, it takes a lot of time. You know, a lot of time with the calls, you know, negotiation, you know how it is, negotiation. At that time, I was traveling with the band a lot. I stopped, I think, the last few years when I was in school to work on my master's. And so I couldn't travel. And so I think by the time, Paul, some of the guys, I wasn't really there. So they had kind of started picking up some of the slack. So hell, by the time I saw that they can handle it. Hey.
Have you ever thought about going back to it?
Oh, goodness. I hope Shauna Nar Curtis is on here, because they always tell me, well, let me tell you, I have to say this because Paul told me, he said, she never stopped.
Oh, okay.
He told me I never stopped. And I was like, really? He's like, he said she never stopped. So according to him, I think he just think I'm on break or something.
She ain't got nowhere. She ain't far.
I'm not far. You know, like I said, I still help him now with things that come up. He still allows me to handle some things. So to go back at it full, according to my sister, She Rebel, LaShonda and my boo Curtis, like they say, it's totally up to him. If he was to ask and be like, Trina, you know what? I'm tired of doing myself. I want you back doing what you were doing. Yeah, I probably would. Okay. Because now
you've had that time to have a break and
yes, because now my job that I do that I was telling you about, it's done mobile, it's at home. So I can take my computer with me and it's done at a certain time. My kids are in the evening. And so with the business, that's, you know, hey, I'm on my phone doing my business. So that's all the time. So I don't have anything really not allowing me to do it. So if he asked, if he really needed it, I don't know where he, stand with it. If he asks, I definitely
So
will.
I have to ask this question.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about these she rebels.
Yes.
So I think it's cool. I remember coming into Mr. A's, and I remember these fans they were giving out. I didn't know what's her name then. Oh, what's her name? Pretty lady. Oh
Pat?
God, Pat. I didn't know her, but I remember passing around these fans with Paul's face on them. Oh, what is that? But anyway, then I started hearing the word she rebel. Yeah. So first, before I get to this other question, I'm gonna ask, how did y'all start the she rebels? I mean, it's kind of obvious, but give us your.
No, definitely. As I mentioned, I'll try to make a long story short. As I mentioned, I've always been a fan. I've always been a fan. Once I got into business with them, then I was loyal to them. And so when Paul made the song, She Rebel, and if you listen to the world, she's laid in the streets, she's always got your back, just the different things. And I was like, hey, that's me. So Pat and I were the one that decided. Pat and I were just talking. I said, hey, we need to see some ladies just form a group to be strictly, like fan base for him. And I said, and then her and I, we were like, I said, and hey, let's get a tattoo while we're at it. Why not?
That's why, hold that thought, because that's the question I got to ask.
Okay. Yeah.
So I heard that y'all, in order to be a street rebel, you had to get the tattoo. And was that true?
Yes.
You had to get the tattoo.
Yes.
What made y'all make that decision? It was just what do you call it? Initiation?
Initiation. Yeah. Hey, you got sororities doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So the other, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah. So it was just basically, it was one to me, because remember, I worked solely off of loyalty. And let me tell you, because a lot of people don't know what loyalty is.
No, they don't.
Okay. So yeah. And so mine was strictly, and I'm still loyal to that band to this day, no matter what members come and go through, what members stay. And so my loyalty, so what I said was, if a person was able to, and if they believed in getting to the tattoos, and I don't know that it was one of the things. I don't know if I ever had anybody who told me like it was against their religion that they wouldn't do it, that I wouldn't have it. So let me throw that back out there, because I don't think it was one of the requirements. But if somebody would have came to me and said, hey, it's against my religion, I can't get tatted up, I don't think we would have said, no, you can't be. I don't think it was that deep, but it was one of the things we threw out there, like, hey, you come in here, you gotta get a tattoo because it shows loyalty. If you were truly in it to do what we were wanting to do for him, for the band, then to me, it just kind of showed that you were serious. Okay. Because now remember, you have to make a differentiation between groupies. Hey, it is what it is. That's a true word. I didn't make up the word, y'all.
Well, I used the word.
I had to make sure that they wasn't there just to be huge fans and be all up on the this and that. If I was gonna let everybody in by him and they be by them and be by the band and this and that. So to me, by the time you tell somebody they got to get a tattoo, if they ain't that serious,
I see that. I see that. I'm sure you've heard this, that She Rebels is a clique versus a fan club. Or would you consider you guys as a clique?
I consider us as family, as sisters.
Okay.
We didn't start off as sisters. We did start off as fans. We started off as fans who wanted to make sure that the band was taken care of. We would make sure they had their drinks, if they needed anything. We would make sure that we would pass out flyers. We would promote any events that had coming up. We would make sure that we were their number one cheerleaders. If Paul didn't have but 10 people in the audience, we were jamming so hard to make him feel like he had 150. So we were bringing that for the band. As a group grew, because you got to remember, it's like I say, it's dang, they're going on probably 20 years, the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, our name is incorporated. I have, I don't have it here. I have it I got it in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So She Rebels is incorporated, and I have the year, and I'm gonna have to look it up. And so as we grew older and as time went by, we were never a clique, but we were sisters. Now, we almost 20 years deep into it. How are you trying to come into the group now? So if you think we feeling some kind of way to say, oh, you can't, it's not even open for anybody to be a she rebel. It's not open.
I got that message from somebody that they said nobody can be in the group. That's why they thought that it was a clique.
Yeah, no, a clique. I mean, and I would love to know their definition of a clique. What is a clique? That you can't be in it? You can't be in it because we're sisters now.
Gotcha.
We don't know you. We're not looking for any new friends. We're not, on that level like that. We're not.
Right.
I mean, hell, at this point in time, I'm 50. My friends are established.
There's your honesty and transparency on that. I appreciate it.
And I want to say this. I want to add this. You guys, y'all come and speak and talk to us. We are not like that. We're not stuck up. We're not trying to bite back. We're not trying to not be friends with nobody. We are the most, the ladies, I'm telling you, we are the most friendliest and most fun and down to earth people you can. But if you don't get to know somebody, that's on you. It's not on us.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna just say, because I talk to everybody. I got that from my dad. I don't mean to strain. I will sit there and talk to you. You be like, who is she and why is she talking so much?
At all. The purple party, I know a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people, ain't nobody approached me, was kind of upset because they were not invited. Let me tell you, it was for Curtis, it was for Bass Killer. And if two things, I'm gonna put it out there.
Put it out there.
If he had never mentioned your name in conversation as you been his brother, his sister, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy. Not just knowing you, not just knowing him. I have to hear him talk about you and talk about how cool you were and how this, and that. If he had mentioned you, number one, you were not going to be on there because this part is for him. I want everybody who love him and support him to be there. That's part. It's not for me. I had somebody else say, well, I know you. The party not for me. At my party, I invite you. This was for him.
Gotcha.
Second thing to it. We started dating 2 years ago. Some people comment, some people don't. We know some people got their feelings, they in their feelings, whatever it may be. If you haven't supported our relationship, why would I want you in our area? Why would I want you? You ain't comment on a picture. You ain't said, I'm so happy for y'all. You ain't said thank you. And trust, we don't need it.
I understand what you're saying.
But if you want to be in our circle, you want to get offended because you were not invited, do know that may be the reason why. You got to show some support there. You got to show, be like, well, dang, that's nice that people are happy, no matter how they found their love.
Right.
Point blank, period. And so if you didn't show that, so I based it on two things. That party was for him. And so who was there, who made it there and how it went was marvelous. The purple party,
great time. I will not lie. I was supposed to be somewhere. Where was I supposed to be? I was supposed to be on a cruise.
The cruise.
Yeah. And shoot, I did everything that I would have been doing on a cruise that one night. I did all that one night. Hey Vanda, how are you?
Vanda on there. Hi Vanda, hey sis.
Yeah, thank you, Shonda. I did enjoy myself and I was able to let my hair down. It's not the first time. It's definitely not the first time, but I was a little embarrassed, but then after that, I was like, you know what? Whatever. I had a good time and it is what it is. It happens.
It's all good.
And it feels good sometimes
to let your hair loose, baby, and have fun.
It
was a no judgment zone from us, baby. We were having a good time.
And the funny thing is, I've always been I've been very conservative most of my life because that's what my parents have made me to be. If you go to Astroworld, you're going to die. If you go on that ride, you're going to die. If you do this, you're going to die. So at this age, it's fun to be able to step outside those comfort zones of I couldn't do all these things that were fun. And not that being drunk is fun. It was fun at night, but that next morning, girl.
Hey, I don't know about you. I had a good time being drunk. I loved it.
I had a good time. But baby, that next day.
Oh yeah.
But it's okay. We have fun everywhere we go. You do, friend. You do. I just want to say that publicly, since you said that, I want to say publicly, I did, but I definitely will never forget the support and making sure that I got home safe. That definitely touched my heart. Yeah. So I'm gonna be at the purple party, the next purple party.
That's right.
So now let's move on to entrepreneurship. Yeah. Now, you used to sell Mary Kay. Have you completely stopped with the Mary Kay business?
I have.
Okay. Yeah. You are a paparazzi representative?
I'm an independent consultant with paparazzi. Yeah.
And do you sell, I know they have different lines. Do you do more than the $5 line? Because there's another line, right?
Well, no, they just have another collection. It's all the same line. It's all jewelry. It's all jewelry like what I'm wearing here, Yeah. Let me take my picture. Yeah. But anyway, so it's all jewelry. It's just that our pieces are affordable fashion that are $5, at a minimum $5 that people can sell them if they want to, but at minimum $5. There is a collection. It's called a Z collection. That's more of your statement pieces.
Gotcha.
That's the minimum $25
Okay.
category.
Okay.
So that's it. Other than that, it has, you know, earrings, rings, bracelet, what is it? Earrings, rings, bracelets, necklaces, and it has an urban line where it can be worn between man and woman.
Oh,
But
okay.
other than that, it's all the same.
How did you get into this business?
Oh my goodness, it's so funny. So, you know, I am a work smarter, not harder. That is my mentality. I am work smarter, not harder. Other, you know, other races have learned how to do that. I don't think our race has learned it enough.
Yeah.
And I think that we have to kill ourselves with 80, 90, 100 hours a week trying to just pay bills, not even live, but just to pay bills. And so I was ending Mary Kay, and I actually didn't want to get into the business. I actually was just buying it to wear jewelry. I'm not a girly girl. I've been a tomboy. I have been a tomboy all my life. Yeah, I usually didn't.
You're a tomboy, and I'm one of them cute little pictures you've been taking lately. I say, well, look at her. Look at this diva. Then came all up out of here.
Yeah, and I see people with their jewelry, and I was like, man, I want to wear some jewelry and look cute. I want to be a girly girl. And so Nicole Randall, my upline, hey sis, my upline, she's a consultant, and so I was like, well, let me go shop with Nicole. I know her, and I'll shop when I support her because I love to support local. So I went to shop with her, and I ended up spending about $150. And I didn't know it because I was trying to beat everybody with the jewelry, girl. She had some people on there. They were fast. They were like, I want that piece, and it's first come, first serve, you know. And so I was like, well, dang it, let me just. So she sent me that invoice. I said, hold on, wait a minute.
Well, did you spend $150 on $5 on the five? That's how many pieces you.
Baby, you don't hear me. I was getting ready. Trinity, I'll tell you, I was transforming. So I was like, man. Like, wow, like it was just that quick. And so, of course, I had to pay it. I could not pay my bill with her. I didn't want to help her. Patrina don't pay her. So the next time I went on there again, I didn't do as much, but I still came out with maybe like 100. And but what I was doing was I was counting her money. Let me tell you what that means. So I'm looking at how many people were bidding on jewelry with me. And I'm like, if I spent 100, she ordered about the same amount of pieces I did. Well, that means she got 100. She got 100. That's about 600. She made. I told you I'm a businesswoman first. Yes. I told you that, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, she done made $600 within an hour. Wow. I don't know no occupation.
Well, we know one, but that ain't it.
Yeah, probably one. You sure right. Yeah, that one. So I was like, man, okay. So, being an entrepreneur, I was like, this may be something that I'll be interested in. I'm getting into the jewelry. I like the jewelry. The jewelry is very, quality. Hell, if you buy jewelry from Targets, if you buy jewelry from Burlington, if you buy jewelry from JCPenney's, it's the same quality. Ain't nothing. Don't let them dollars fool you. Yeah. Just because you spend $25 for that necklace, don't think you get anything better. Right. No, it's the same. It was made in China. Okay. So the quality of the necklace of the jewelry is really good. So I was like, okay. So I said, well, Nicole, I think I might be interested. Can you give me some information on it? I said, I'm not going to do it now. I ain't got time for it right now.
Don't rush me.
Don't rush me. Give me about 2 or 3 more weeks. Girl, please. It was the next day.
Really?
Yeah. Because I loved it. And I have loved it ever since. It has been one of those that's a work smarter, not harder. It keeps me busy because you got to constantly, put yourself out there, put the pieces out there. But I love it. It paid. I had weight loss surgery. It paid for my weight loss surgery for me.
Oh, awesome.
So it take care of some bills for me, take care of car note, so it does what it's supposed to do. So I'm just waiting. I'm claiming, I'm speaking, and I'm expecting for it to blow up what God has for me, along with the mental health part of, that's how I got into it.
On that note, I talked to I talked to a lot of women about this, support. Do you get the support? Do you find that you get more of the support for your business from people or the people outside?
Outside, you in no business, and I have to say, in our culture, our culture does not support one another like other cultures do. We don't. We just don't. There's either too much jealousy or there's too much, I don't want to see you get ahead more than me. Now I'm not going to help you. Oh, girl, you're doing this again. Oh, it's a hobby. Right. Nobody wants to take anybody's dreams serious, no matter how they're getting there. And so other cultures, I know for another culture, Hispanics shoes. will buy from each other like it ain't nothing. So, and as far as your family and friends, when you are in a business as an entrepreneur, no, your family and friends will not make you rich. Your family and friends will not be your number one supporter. Your family and friends will not be the one you support on. So that's why you have to venture out and get the people that don't know you. And
I agree with you. I don't mean to cut you. I agree with you, Franny. It's enough money out there for everybody. And you know, Asian people, Asians sometimes they live in one house and one will go to school while the others work. When they get their paper, that other one go to school and everybody else go to work. We couldn't do that because we'd be arguing about, oh, well, you did, you know, we'd be arguing. Well, why you get to go to school first?
But think about it. The key thing you just said. So how many Asian communities do we have out here in Houston?
Yes.
They got their stores together, baby.
Together.
And that Asian community is going to shop in that one area where all those Asian stores are at. But hey, I'm not mad at them. That's what you're supposed to do. They figured it out. I hate to say it, but we as Black people, we do not. We have so much comparing and trying to be the Joneses and trying to compete with one another that we can't see that we keep ourselves down.
Definitely.
We can blame other people all we want to. We keep ourselves down all the time. So yeah.
And I believe in paying it forward. You know, I don't want to walk around and say who I've helped and all that stuff, but I think about people that you've supported and done things for, and then they get up and they booming and they can't even hit that like button. I always tell people, you just touch it, you just tap it. Like it don't hurt. It ain't gonna give you no splinter. It ain't gonna cost you no money just to hit the like button, share it. You can even comment and say, girl, I don't even like what you're doing.
Right.
Say something.
Right. And it's funny because I have a post and the post says, you know, it's okay for you to like my post. It's okay for you to share it. It's okay for you to comment. I'm not going to ask you to buy nothing. Just do that part. I'm not going to ask you to buy nothing. And it's a shame because the part that gets me is that they don't mind going to buy Kendra Scott.
Absolutely. Yes.
Kendra got her house. So you just paying you making her become in the billionaire list. Okay.
And if you lose your money, she ain't coming to help you.
She ain't coming to help you at all. So Kendra Scott, they don't mind going to get the, you know, this other part. I've even had people tell me, well, no, I like to spend money on my stuff. Huh? So you don't like to save money? Oh, okay. Because see, this right here, if I just walked around, you don't know if it's Kendra Scott or not. If I told you this was Kendra Scott, you wouldn't know. Because guess what? Kendra Scott don't got her name on a jury. I can say this is Kendra. You're going to say, well, girl, when she came out with that? Oh, a long time ago, girl. Some years I remember she came out with it. And they will buy it. Am I correct?
They will. Just because it's a name. I tell people, one thing I'm not is I am not a label whore.
Oh, I am not. Oh my goodness.
At all. And my kids actually, now when I was being raised, my parents, every name brand, that's when Gloria Vanderbilt was out. I had every single color of Gloria Vanderbilt's, everything, right? I even, as little as I was, I had a pair of chick jeans. I don't know where my mama found them from, but she found me some chick jeans. No, the ones that look split on the side.
Oh, yes.
I bought this little with some chick jeans. But anyway, as I got older, I found that it's cute stuff that I didn't have to pay all that money.
Hey, one of my uplines told me, she say, look, just tell them, you like spending money? Okay, so I'll sell this one to you. How much you like spending? 50? Okay, $50.
Exactly. There you go.
If that's gonna make you buy it, $50.
There you go.
$50. Make it 75 with earrings. 75.
With $5. So the first thing people will think about the $5 is it's $5. So is it quality? Is it gonna turn my neck green? Top.
Oh no, and so no, not at all. I've been in it for 2 years. I've never had a customer, and it's never turned on me.
Right.
However, it is definitely what you would call costume jewelry, but I don't even really call it costume because it's on a better scale.
Yeah.
Than costume. I'm gonna say it. If you get something out of Target, out of Burlington, it's the same quality type jewelry. So it's not real, but it's also not the kind of jewelry that you buy at the beauty supply make.
Right.
On that level, you know, because the beauty supplies are really, or that you buy down Harwin. Right.
Yeah, so them earrings at the beauty supply, you got to go change them out every other week.
That's what I'm talking about. That part. See, these you don't. I've been having these. I don't know for the 2 years I've been in it. For the 2 years I've been in it. So no.
Give me some hoops from you.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking anybody to do what they want to do with their money.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have those who are allergic to any kind of costume. I totally understand that part. So I just want to.
And if anyone's like me, I'm gonna just say this to y'all that I lose jewelry, except my charm bracelet. I ain't losing that bad boy.
Rings.
But I lose earrings. I bought 3 or 4 necklaces lately and I don't know where they at. So I'd rather spend a small amount of money because I'm not someone that can keep up with my jewelry.
Right,
Then
right.
go out spending $30, $40, $50 and I'm crying because I done lost my stuff. So
and what trips me out is because I see a lot of my friends or my family who have not purchased in the 2 years I've been here with their cute earrings on.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, okay. But I do want to say, because I know this is an entrepreneur moment that we're on, to my entrepreneurs, do understand the business. Business is up and down. There is no successful business that just became billionaires or millionaire overnight. There's absolutely none. Let me tell you this. If you guys, I'm not a fan of Kanye West. However, I watch Genius on Netflix. If you're an entrepreneur, watch that one. Man, I got mad respect for Kanye now. When I tell you how hard he went to even get to just
where he's at,
being a rapper, but his determination and how he worked and how he never gave up is what got him there. It wasn't overnight. So it lets you know that, because a lot of people, because even with the independent consultants and paparazzi, I have a team, I have business partners. So if you're interested in starting a business and want to be in jury, you know, if that's what you want to do, fine, we'd love to have you. But it's not anything. I'm not going to sprinkle no fairy dust. Anything you have to do is work.
It's gonna be work.
It's gonna be work. It's a business.
You can't post one flyer and think everybody coming.
They post one flyer and think everybody coming. They post one flyer and think they're supposed to sell all their jewelry. It's up and down. It can be a slow period. It can be a hot. That's any business. Macy's, JC Penney's, Shoes, the Galleria. They have low days.
They have low days.
They
have low days.
They have low days. Nobody, and you're not a success overnight. What makes you a success is your continuation to do it.
Determination and your tenacity.
Consistency and all of that is what makes it successful. So just to my entrepreneurs, do know that, you know, most time you don't even see a successful, whatever your definition of success is, number one, you don't even see that maybe until like 5 years into a business.
And then your success is what your goals were.
What your goals
need to realize that is that sometimes they look at other people and they're doing all this, but you have to set up your goals and what you're going for. Like I make no money with Chat with Trina. My goal was to become monetized, but you know, you can't get people to subscribe. But anyway, so what it is, I had to change my goal of what I was doing and say this is a platform to get people to get their stories out, to talk about what they want to talk about, to get my bands noticed, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But let me tell people, quit measuring your success with someone else. Because you will be ruler. Quit measuring your success with somebody else's ruler. Yeah, and it will get depressing and overwhelming. Last thing is, so we are in Women's Month. Woohoo! We're gonna celebrate women all month long. What would you like to see when it comes to women supporting women? Especially our Black women.
What I like to see?
What would you like to see? What would you like to see us do to be able to help support each other?
Support each other.
Yeah.
I want to see us support each other. You know, I want to see us put any competition. We're not competing every time we do something. We're not competing when you walk out the house and your hair this way. Honey, you like my hair this way? Go get it done like that. It's not a competition. I don't mind telling you where I get my hair done. I don't mind telling you my outfit. I don't mind.
You want to say about that lipstick, but go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Dee's Dream Lip. Yeah. So I don't mind. I know you still do your lipstick?
No, I don't. No. I live in bedroom candy.
Okay, but I don't mind sharing. Don't be afraid to share, because see, supporting is not just you going to buy something from your sister. Right. Supporting is telling your sister where she can get the deal you got. Supporting is telling your sister how she can do it. The supporting is if you got reels mastered. Support is telling your sister how she can master the reel.
Right.
Support is about sharing, right? It's not just you're just buying something from a person. It's about sharing how you can be a better person, because it's about growth. We need to grow and we need to teach each other. And if you're supporting that person to be the better person they was 5 minutes ago.
Right. Exactly.
So the definition of support is what people understand. I think people get support twisted with, I gotta pay for something, I gotta do this and that, or I gotta come out and just give her a hand clap and I supported her. Support is growing me. Support is growing me into a better woman than what I was yesterday. So when it comes, and I'm going to go back to what the She Rebels, when it comes to the She Rebels, that's what each one of us have done with each other. You understand what I'm saying? So when somebody want to say, I want to walk into the honey, you walking into what? Some growth? You walking in what you're bringing to us.
Right.
We bring to each other.
Right.
We're not just here hanging out with the band and with tattoos. That's not what we do.
Right.
So that's what support is. So we got to get our definition of support, and understanding what that means. So that's what it's about. It's about.
I even think it's sad sometimes that we can't tell people, oh, you look nice today. Right. I see some on Facebook. I'm out, girl, where you get that lipstick? Or where you get so I have no problem with that, but it's sad that some of us have that issue.
Because we're constantly competing. A lot of that comes from self-esteem. A lot of that comes from self-esteem. A lot of that comes from being depressed. A lot of that comes from people don't want to talk about mental health. A lot of that comes from some other issues. I like to tell you, people, they don't like themselves.
They don't. Yeah.
They don't like themselves. So how do you expect for them to like anything you do? How do you expect for them to support you?
They don't like them. And that goes for relationships too, is that, you know, I've learned that you have to, because I done had some doozies, but you have to be with somebody that really likes themselves and they have confidence in themselves, but also supports you. You know, you can't be with somebody that's jealous of what you're doing.
You can't.
I have to be able to support each other in your in your entrepreneurship goals, whatever the goals are, your educational goals. You got to have somebody there to be, babe, hey, you know what? You stay here. Let me bring you something to eat while you studying for that big test. Yeah, I got you, whatever. So, and when you said about, I always think about two full, confident individuals. It takes that to make a good couple to me. And I went off, that was what I was supposed to be talking about. That's what I talked about in February, girl. As a good couple, anyone in history that you would like to spotlight tonight, someone that means something to you, let's just say Michelle Obama. Do you have someone in your, that you think about as a, I don't know, role model, someone that you look up to? And it doesn't have to be anyone famous either.
All right.
I know, because it's so many.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think, but I would actually have to say, since it doesn't have to be anybody famous, I'm trying to make sure it would be I'm sorry, my She Rebel sisters.
Okay.
My She Rebel sisters. We've been there, and those are the ones who motivate me. Those are the ones who keep me aligned and tell me when I'm wrong. And those are the ones who push me. When I graduated with my master's, Shonda was all the way in Beaumont, baby.
Wow. Yeah. And those are the kind of friends to have. I don't have that, by the way, but
Pat and Linda, when it came to my graduation party, was there helping my mama. Matter of fact, Pat and Shonda, when I gave my mom her 65th birthday party, were there pulling up tables, pulling out chairs, dragging chairs across. My mama, she know my top friends. And so when it comes to that, you know, I would really, you know, especially it not being, you know, someone famous, I would really have to say those ladies keep me afloat. Those ladies keep me in line. They'll tell me when, Trina, you wrong. Nope. You know, they're honest. They're not going to just agree with me to agreeing with me to remain friends. They're going to tell me, no, sister, no, sister. You know, I'll call, you know, and they be like, I ain't trying to hear all of that. So
you know, you guys are lucky to have each other. Like, I shouldn't say lucky, I should say blessed to have each other.
Blessed.
Don't all have that.
Blessed. Very, very blessed.
And I'm glad that you took this opportunity to be very open about what the She Rebels really are, because I think people needed to know that.
Yeah. I know. And they do. Most people judge and most people feel a certain way from the lack of knowledge. Only for the lack of knowledge and not knowing, or kind of hearing what somebody else said, and only because they don't know. And so I definitely, hey.
Well, now, you know, sometimes it's still haterism as well, but I'm just, you know.
Yeah. That part too.
Gotta keep it real.
Don't hate, and they no matter what you're doing,
no matter what you do.
I get they watching this going, yeah, but ain't nothing, you know.
Yeah, I had to learn that is probably the hardest thing that I had to learn, is that sometimes no matter what you do,
no matter what,
And I've gotten to that point in my life where it's like, child, whatever.
It's okay. I think I made a post on my Facebook post one time, and I said I would paint a house with a Q-tip before I worry about why you're not talking to me. I would paint a house with a Q-tip.
Yes, and that's some paint. That's it. But I have enjoyed this conversation, girlfriend. And my last words tonight are I've love getting to know you. You know, I just knew you from afar.
Yeah.
But I've loved getting to know you. I think you're so much fun. When y'all out of town having fun, I always remind you, y'all need to let me come. I don't have to be a serial. I just want to be a hanger zone.
Yeah. Most
I don't want no tattoo. I'm pain. So anyway, no, I'm joking, but I just want to say to you, thank you so much for inviting me to the party. Thank you for being you. And I love this new you. And I don't know if it's a new year, but I see a difference in you, and you're shining and you're bright. I mean, you have turned into this beautiful diva. Not that you weren't a diva, but you know what I mean. You just, you're out there more. Let me say that. That's what I see. And I see a happiness, a joy.
The happiness come from this girl back here.
Yeah, there you go. It's always good when you find a good relationship. I'm gonna be like you when I grow up. I'm gonna find me. I'm gonna find.
I had to grow up to find. Look, I had to grow up to find it. Hell, I'm 50.
Well, right? And I'm 50. I'm not 52. I'm 52. But you mentioned something earlier about learning yourself. At this time in my life, I am really actually by myself, and I'm learning to I just want to lay on my couch tonight. You know, I do have to get out because I promote, but some days I just want. They asked me to work at Scott Gardner's last Saturday, and that's a nice little chunk of change for one night. But I was tired, and I just wanted to be on my couch. So
it'll come when you least expect, and you're not looking
least expected.
Because I think at the end of the day, we got to remember there's a bigger control. And if you're praying to God for something, you have to pray for his time.
Yeah.
If we don't think you got to be ready. It ain't about somebody else. You have to be ready. You might think you're ready because, I just want to be with somebody, but you may not be all the way ready.
And when
so you have to be ready.
And when you choosing folks that ain't been sent.
Right. That part
in my mind, in my mind. And that's why, you and I had a conversation that, it doesn't matter what brings you together. It's that it brought you together, and you didn't go out and try to just hunt somebody. Because sometimes you hunt somebody that ain't that ain't the one. Because I done did that. I've been there, done that. I ain't hunting them.
Hey, you got to bring me back for a relationship talk. I can
gotta do that. Oh, and I'm gonna say that before we get off my panels. So did I say that already? I'm having some panels.
You brought
so
up
I'm gonna start having more panels.
Okay.
And I actually have some ladies that I'm kicking off with on the 20th. But definitely we're gonna have some relationship panels. More of these Talk About It Tuesday topics that I put out there. Sometimes I've had people say you need to have that on the panels, but COVID came, so I had to stop meeting. But now I'm trying to find some locations to have so you got to talk and get me an appointment at the Barbecue Depot, so I can have one of my panels there. But I'm looking for some places right now to host. I have someone to find me a place in the arena, but it's on the 16th floor, and I hate elevators.
Okay.
Go figure. But anyway, I'm looking for some places. So y'all out there, I'm looking for some places to host some of my shows. I promise you, I will announce your business. I'll promote your business on it. It's just I need a spot to be able to host some of these panels at, now that we can be in each other's presence. Patrina, thank you so much. Thank you. And the transparency and the honesty that you gave tonight is what I look for. I really apprate that.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun. This was really fun. This was really good.
And always when I have people that talk like I do, it always goes. It's so hard to edit it because oh, that was good. I can't take that out. Oh, that's.
I'm like, I know we're supposed to be off here a long time ago, but honey, I'm sorry.
We had
so much to put out there.
There was a lot to put out. But so I had to do a part 1 and part 2 and split them in half before, but we'll be fine. But thank you, Patrina. Tell Base Killer what's up, and I will talk to you later.
I will. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Now, thank y'all for making the choice to click in the chat with Trina tonight. Don't forget to go to youtube.com/chat with Trina and subscribe. Like that. Just hit the button. That's it. Don't hurt. No splinter. Don't cost a dime.
I'm going to type mine in the comment. Linktree. I'm going to type mine.
I have to learn how to use that too.
I like Linktree. You got to put a lot of links under one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Do that. All right. Bye, sweetie.
All right. Bye.
Thank you again, Patrina, for joining me tonight. It was such a great conversation. I had so much fun, and I hope you did too. I also want to thank you for your complete honesty and transparency. Happy Women's History Month to you. Guys, make sure y'all go and check her out on all social media platforms for her paparazzi jewelry. And remember, we are working on supporting each other. And while you're at it, support me by going to youtube.com/chatwithtrina. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share. And lastly, hit that little bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video.